you can use the Fundable MCP to find investors directly in Claude and actually go from list building to finding emails to reaching out. So first things first, let's go to the integrations tab, go to our MCP setup. I can just copy this link, go over to Claude, go to my settings, add a new connector, copy this link in, we'll call it Fundable. Here, I'm just gonna add it, press connect. Basically just have you sign into Fundable, but if you already signed in, it should work like a charm. Great, now we're in here. We can go ahead and make all of these always allow, and then when we actually want to unlock emails, you can make it so you need to approve it because of these cost credits. If not, you can do auto accept as well, but for now, we'll not do that. Okay, so next thing, we're going to add the investor finder skill. So I have this on my desktop, add this, and I'll say, hey, can we run this skill to find investors for my company? And basically what's happening in the skill is we instruct it to ask a list of questions based on like kind of the investor search you want to do. So what stage are you raising for? Where are you based? What does your company do? What type of investors are you looking to meet? Angels, institutional, kind of a handful of interview questions. So it knows when it starts searching the Fundable data set, what to look up. Great. So it says, before I touch any data, let's learn a couple things. One, Fundable is a startup data platform. And I think it's good to always just add your site because it can go read your site and figure out like more details about your company. Stage, raising a pre-seed round. Investor type, let's say for this one, let's do all three. So basically angels, specific partners, and firms. That might be a good match. List size, we'll say 15 matches for now. Fit strictness. So I think on this one, it's like, do we want investors who have deployed in your exact space or like an adjacent space? I think generally adjacent probably works better. We'll also make sure that when this next question is like, we don't want to talk to any investors who have invested in our direct competitors. So competitors to exclude for us, we'll say Crunchbase, PitchBook, Harmonic. Lastly, location. Mainly interested in chatting with US, Canada-based investors. Now with this information, it's going to go ahead and kind of gather all the data it needs. So it's going to look at our website. It's going to go start querying the Fundable data set to see anything that kind of resembles a good match for investing in a company like Fundable. Okay, it's going to also ask me a couple companies that are also competitors to see, hey, if like an investor has invested in Traxon, should we still service them up? For this example, I'm just going to say, let's only consider the direct competitors and everyone else is fair game. Okay, so it's going to work for a little bit. It might take like 5 minutes, honestly, for it to kind of run all the queries it needs to in the background, but then it's going to provide a list of kind of as we specified firms, specific partners, and angels that we think are a good fit. So here it kind of gives a list of investment firms that we think are a match and explains what deals they've done in the past and why kind of this is a good fit. And it does the same for angels, and then also kind of specific lead partners. It mentions, hey, here are some of the exclusions we have. It mentions a caveat, sometimes angels aren't disclosed. Now from here, I could keep on kind of pressure testing some of these matches, have it build a longer and longer list based on kind of adjacent verticals. For the sake of this video, though, we'll just keep kind of push forward. So I'll say, hey, list looks great. Let's unlock these emails and add them to a tracker. And we currently have it specified that's going to ask you before unlocking any credits. Good to go. You can turn that off. Basically, I think you have 5,000 credits if you're on the Pro Plus plan. So, I mean, it's essentially 1,000 emails. Great. So now it actually goes ahead, unlocks all these emails, which might take a second, and puts it into a tracker. So here, let's see, the tracker has kind of that full list we talked through, LinkedIn's, and then for the specific people, it went ahead and unlocked some emails. I guess for some of these, we didn't actually find a match. And so, I mean, the next step here would actually be leveraging this sheet to help you write outbound, because the valuable thing here is the why they fit column. So when you're actually drafting messages to these people, loading in some of this context will make it more personalized versus like a generic outreach to everyone. When you're just pulling a list off the site, you don't get the logic that Claude has when it thinks about why they should actually surface this person up to you. So just wanted to show you this example of like building a list with our MCP. I mean, in practice, you're probably going to build a much larger list than this, but it's a good starting point, and hopefully it can be helpful.